quiet. Yeah? All right, I'm getting the thumbs up. Hi, everyone. How's it going? Hey, everybody, can you guys hear me? We're going to get started here. Couple things before we get started. First of all, thanks for coming. Couple pieces of business. Eric, thanks. All right, couple orders of business. We've got a live stream going, and it's Stephen at the camera there, so if you're coming up to the podium or going to get food, just try to avoid crossing through that kind of visibility space. We are live streaming to parents and families at home and whoever else couldn't make it. Hopefully some of those fall grads who are on a sports team are also in attendance. So we can imagine them as being here with us as well when we maybe talk about some of them. But first of all, happy May. Thanks everyone for coming in to the Sports Awards ceremony. And you know, it's going to be a special night where we reflect on the season's events and kind of a year in sports. When I think back 8 months ago, which was a long time ago, it's hard thinking about breakfast yesterday, but 8 months ago, the one thing I would say that stands out to me after a whole year of sports is that it kind of felt like a real year after the pandemic. We had the fullest and most robust competition schedules, travel schedules. It was the most normal year that we had ever had. That it felt like we were fully back. I think every other year we were sort of affected by it. And like, yeah, we still had cases on campus, COVID or whatever, but probably no more sicknesses overall than you would if you get a whole bunch of people, you know, who are 18 to 22-year-olds in a small, like, communal living space anyway. So, you know, the questionable hygiene practices of folks this age, people are going to get sick anyway, no matter what's going around. So, anyway, but yeah, so we had a robust schedule, and it was a lot of work. It was a real reminder of the work that's involved with sports. But, you know, that work is what we're here to celebrate. What you had all done together, showing up every day at practice, being here 3, 4, maybe 5 nights a week, giving up your weekends, coaches, students, you guys were gone having long days, and those are those experiences that galvanized you all into being a team. So, a lot of that hard work paid off as wins, rightfully celebrated, and otherwise sometimes maybe you had moments of great plays with your teammates, maybe you had new personal records, and hopefully celebrated all those with your other athletes. And you know, those moments, I can't promise you're going to be lifelong friendships or pivotal moments, you know, that change the course of your life, but hopefully those over time have built habits that will last a lifetime. Habits that involve a lifetime of wellness, working well with others, and looking out for each other. Knowing that you can do more with help on a team than you can by yourself. But first you had to show up. So thank you all for showing up here tonight for this special occasion. Tonight we're going to hear from your coaches. They're going to reflect on the season. They're going to acknowledge a select few members of your team that they want to highlight. They're going to present some specific awards that come with criteria and weight. We don't just give them out to our favorite people on the team. We give them out to people who have demonstrated characteristics and traits that we value on teams and in life. So please join me in celebrating these individuals this evening as they've already role modeled what it looks like to be a winner. So with that, I'm going to kick it off. We've got our first coach coming up here tonight. It's going to be Pat McKenna with the baseball team to celebrate the baseball season.
Can everyone hear me? Clap. We don't have to clap. Sorry. All right. So baseball. So I came here last February. a lot of growth with the team, not just on the field, off the field. We won our first game last Saturday. We have our next game. Thank you. We have our next game this Saturday. If anyone's welcome to come down, Dummerston, 3.6 miles down the road, come on down. Before I go into the awards, if I get the whole baseball team to stand up. You stand up, Josh. All right, you can sit down. Sit down. So, why I had them stand up? Team. There's no I in team. No matter or not, everyone's getting an award tonight. We're all as a team and together. So, I'm going to go right into the awards. These are nice, Josh. All right. First award, Coach's Award. This player, I've seen a lot of growth, not just on the field, but off the field. He's one of the few players in my coaching career, or just being around the game, that wants to get better. He blows my phone up throughout the day in a good way. I appreciate it, because it shows me he wants to be better, wants to continue to be better and grow. So the Coach's Award is Yair White. Come on up. All right. Last year I didn't do MVP. This year I have 2 MVPs. Most valuable player, you might look at as skill set. Gee, that's dyslexic. Skill set. When I look at this player, he was kind of the glue of the team. Being as a catcher, that is like the quarterback or the power forward, center of the team. Someone that didn't have the experience coming in here and playing baseball all his life. He's not here tonight. Alex Bernius is the MVP, so how about him? All right. This player, connected with him before I was here. He was a player that reached out to me, asked me questions, sent me videos, wanted to get an understanding of how to be the best baseball player. If that was on the field, off the field. And with his skill set, since I've got to know him, has gotten better. But one of the things that made him very valuable is, in different positions in baseball, they're all different. If someone that knows baseball, if where you go from the outfield to the infield to the infield to the outfield, that's a huge change. This one wanted to do whatever he could take to be the best player he can be. That was in the weight room, that was eating better, taking protein, whatever it is. That gradually built that foundation to show off his skill set since I've been here. So that would be Gus McGee. All right, that's it. And do this next one? I got you. I don't have a pamphlet. Come on, I got an LD.
Oh, that's right. No, somebody took it. Get Derek Graham soccer.
Next soccer awards, Derek Graham.
Hi, everybody. Before I get started, I thought that we should recognize the hard work that Josh and Molly put in all the time to make these kinds of events run and to make everybody's season run, making sure that we have drivers, making sure that you have coaches, making sure that refs are getting paid. There's tons of work that we don't see them do and them cover. And you know, I think Josh might. I might be the first coach that makes Josh regret having an open door policy. When he sees me walking up, I think he might have snuck out a couple of times, because every week I would stop and I had something to rant about for Josh, and but he was always there to listen, and these things couldn't happen without those two working so hard. So round of applause for them. The soccer season was awesome. You know, we had a lot of successes on the field. I think the first 500 season we've had in countless years, right? And that's just if we're measuring our season based on wins and losses, right? We beat every college that we played, so that's pretty exciting. And then we had kind of a bogey team for us, where every time we play them, you know, it's 5-2, 4-1, 3-0, right? Every game, it's you know, not super close, but the things that I found success from, and I know our athletes found success in, was knowing that, you know, we're outscoring that team in the second half, or we're doing something that we messed up on last week, right? Knowing that we're putting our best foot forward and moving in a positive direction. And I think that being able to measure success in different ways is super important, especially when you're playing talented teams. And because of that, we got better and were able to take it to some other schools, which was pretty exciting. Every day we'd come out and get better and improve. We had lots of moments where we were having fun, where you know, somebody might end up doing 1,000 push-ups in a season, where where somebody might all of a sudden score a world-class goal, you know, out of nowhere, where you're like, I didn't even know he had a left foot, you know. But a lot of positive things that we can look back on and see as little memories, but you know, they resonate as big things for us. So soccer season was awesome. All the athletes that came here tonight, I appreciate you being here to recognize yourselves, recognize your teammates. So without any more talking about that, we'll move on to our awards here. My first award is a Most Improved Player award. This athlete came into the season lacking a lot of confidence. You know, they came up to me on day 1 or 2, self-recognizing, like, hey, coach, I'm not really sure what I can do here, but I really want to get better. I really want to improve. And, you know, they took that coaching and ran with it, and really every day they came out, they were trying to get better. They ended up being somebody who started every game and somebody that I could rely on. And that person is Jessica Ogg, so Most Improved Player. All right. Award number 2 is going to be the Coaches Award. And so the Coaches Award I wanted to give to an athlete who kind of embodies what a coach is looking for in their athletes. This player has boundless talent, right? Anything you can ask them to do with the ball, off the ball, understanding the game, they got it. But they came into the season, you know, where frustration would happen pretty quickly. You know, being one of the more talented players, being one of the leaders on the team in that respect, came with a lot of frustration. But this athlete grew and learned and became more of a leader and turned that frustration into constructive feedback to help their teammates. A quote from this person, or not a quote necessarily, but something that they said a lot that resonated with me was they demanded perfection, but nothing was ever perfect. And that sums up somebody who isn't here tonight, but that was Elvis Mullen, right? He demanded perfection, but nothing was ever perfect. So Elvis Mullen is your Coach's Award recipient. Perfect. All right, last award here, and then I'll get out of here. The last award says MVP on it, okay? I have a tough time working on the MVP. So I changed the P from player to person in this award. So this person, you know, while they are a talented soccer player, their character and their personality speaks more about the person that they are than their skills on the soccer field. This was a person that I could rely on, where I knew if there was an issue, I could reach out, and this person would be there, right? If I couldn't make the practice, he's the first person I talked to. If I needed somebody to check in with a teammate, he's the first person I talked to. And I'm not really sure what Landmark Soccer would look like without this athlete, because he's been the glue for the last 4 or 5 seasons now. But I know it wouldn't be as organized, and I know it wouldn't be as cohesive, and it certainly wouldn't be as successful as it's become. This athlete puts in hours and hours and hours of extra time that nobody really sees as well, so they really deserve this recognition of being the most valuable person to the program as a whole, and that goes to Zach Hahn. Thank you, soccer. Way to go. Your next awards for the evening are going to be presented by Josh Fields for running.
The running team had a really solid season this fall. We explored a variety of opportunities available to runners in our region, from roads to trails to mountains. We ran 8 races total, including several trail races, 5Ks, 4-milers, and a marathon relay. We traveled as far north as the White Mountains and as far south as Hartford. Athletes practiced 3 times a week and had an event nearly every weekend, meaning they ran around 200 miles in the 10-week season. At practices, they stepped out of their comfort zones to run tough interval workouts, explored local trails on long runs, and everything in between. Over the course of the season, the 4 athletes on this team beat their personal records, placed in their age groups, and even won races outright. Some even managed to push themselves to the point of vomiting, a true accomplishment for those racing 5Ks. All in all, it was a great season for this small team of hardworking athletes. For the awards, running, like other solo endurance sports, offers a unique challenge for athletes, as it's really up to you how you push yourself, both over time and on a given day. It's very easy to sell yourself short, hold yourself back, and tell yourself that this is too hard today or you just aren't good enough. However, this can be a lifelong activity, something these 20-something athletes can be competitive with well into their 50s and even beyond. It's also something that requires commitment to the daily process of training, not just showing up, but appreciating the non-linear roller coaster of making physiological changes within yourself. As running is a sport that requires many years and even decades to reach your potential, the attitude and love with which an athlete embraces the training is perhaps the #1 key in maximizing their genetic potential. So my first award is for what I'm calling runner's attitude. Research shows that attitude with which you approach your training and running actually affects your performance to the point that simply smiling leads to a measurable performance improvement. Grimaces don't count, though. It has to be a smile with intent. This athlete showed up nearly every day with a relentlessly positive and infectious attitude. They were not only ready to work hard, they were enthusiastic about having the opportunity to work hard. At every stage of the season, they exuded a positive energy and love for the act of running and process of training. They were eager to learn and absorb new information and techniques, and consistently asked how they could better become the athlete they wanted to be and knew they could be. They raced hard, they were competitive in local races, and they dug incredibly deep to finish the anchor leg of our marathon relay despite running through a frustrating and season-ending injury. I'd like to present this year's Runner's Attitude Award to Claudia Sherman. And Claudia is not here, so we will do this. The next award is for Most Improved Athlete. This runner showed up to nearly every practice and worked hard trying new workouts and learning new things, which is not easy for an experienced athlete. They raced all of our events and stepped outside of their comfort zone to run one of their strongest races during the first leg of our marathon relay. They showed improvement throughout the season, and I hope they continue their training during the off-season so that they can continue that progress next year. I'd like to present this year's award for Most Improved Athlete to Mary Annabelle Tranowski. I'd now like to introduce Mark Thurman and Isaac Alam to introduce the Men's Basketball Awards.
Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? It's good to see you all. I think just real quick for all the athletes in here, just give them a quick hand clap real quick. Just, and shout out to Patty for doing this, but I think it's great. If we can have the basketball team stand up real quick. Real quick, put on the team, clap it up. Thank you, thank you. Huh? Okay, so this season, we was 5 and 6. We had some really tough games. I think our biggest matchups were the fourth quarters, trying to finish the fourth quarter. It's important to know that not only is it important to have coaches to teach and mentor and lead, but it's also to learn from the team. And I think the importance that the lesson that the team taught us was the importance of showing up, the importance of listening, the importance of working together, because I feel like this season we kind of got through together. It wasn't an I. It was really all of us chiming in, connecting, talking, and figuring out ways to start the ball game and finish the game, but finishing it together. No matter how upset we were about either losing or missing the shot, at the end of it, we still showed up for each other. We still end up coming to practices even after the season was over. So I really want to thank the guys for just trusting Isaac and myself and being a part of this team. Some of the guys are coming back next semester, so we're excited for next season. But let's get into the awards.
I just want to say a few words. Thank you to Josh and Molly for putting all this together. And I really want to show my appreciation to all the students in this room, because in a time where we may get lost behind computer screens, right? We're all kind of, putting our focus into our mental health by playing sports and just being together. So thank you all for, for doing that, for just staying active.
Okay, so we're going to start with our Coaches Award. Our Basketball Coach Award goes to a player, no matter how tough things got, he just always kept it mellow, was always positive, was always ready to show up for practice. If he was late, I already got the email a day before. So we really want to thank Matt. See you over there. Good job, man. Stay in the middle. All right. Right. Next one. If it was up to me, we'll call this the Hustle Award, but it's called the Most Improved Player. This goes to a player who's been on the team before, but also has been just a real impact on the team. I think just having him on the team has been just a really positive. Always ready to work hard. Always, family's always coming out to games. Just somebody who just always was ready to lead, talk to everybody, kept everybody positive. Even when if we lost the game, was just always like, hey, coach, I'll be there for practice. We're going to be all right. We're going to make it to the next game. So big shout out to Big J. I call him Shaq on the court, but let's give it up for Jay. Good morning, Will. So we have our MVP. There's a quote from Kobe where he says, a coach asked him, there's no I in team. But this guy definitely will come to me and tell me, hey, there's a me in there. And I'm going to do everything I can to score, defense, whatever is needed to be done, I'm going to do it. I'm going to show up. Sometimes it's all about action. So definitely this is a player that's still learning how to connect, still learning how to be a leader. Sometimes it takes time, but I believe that this season, this player really learned how to do that. And I believe just coming back again next season, he will only get better in learning how to do that and connecting with everybody. So our most valuable player this season is Tavon Wilson. All right. Good job, too. I'm wearing the meat. Thank you. So yeah, that's it. Next. Esports is up next. Shout out to E. Let's clap it up for the basketball team again. All right. I guess next up is esports. Eric. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sports Awards. I'm going to be talking a lot tonight. I'll do my best to be quick, but I've got a lot of exceptional players that I need to acknowledge. Esports is a special title here on campus. We have a lot of privileges that are associated with us, including being the only sport to be a part of a national conference. We compete against schools across the country, not only those that are somewhat local, but schools that are sometimes 20 times the size of us. We compete against schools with way more resources, and we go out there and we show out in a major way. We prove that Landmark absolutely can go out there and compete with people who have those advantages over us. And in spite of those things, in spite of everything, the Landmark Sharks can go out and really make a statement. And it's been an absolute privilege to be part of this team and to be coaching these players tonight. I don't have enough awards to give out, unfortunately. So I want to first start by saying thank you to the team, and I want to just lead a quick round of applause for them. So thank you. I've been the esports coach for 3 seasons now, and we have 3 seasons of making the playoffs in Rocket League. This year, I've coached, or been a part at least, of the coaching team of 5 different teams, 3 Rocket League teams across 2 seasons, an Overwatch team, and Valorant, which means naming 3 awards is really difficult because it's a lot of different situations and team dynamics to sort through. I've done my best to that, and so I'm going to start with the Coach's Award. Being part of a team requires many traits and responsibilities, including hard work, determination to improve, team-mindedness, and sacrifice, just to name a few. The work's not always glorious, nor are the results always obvious, but every team needs those players who show up ready to do their best and contribute to the success of the team no matter what it takes. Elijah Appleman is that type of player. More to say, so don't get too excited with it. Yeah, oh yeah, what's gonna happen? So I do have more to say here. This is going to be a theme throughout my little speeches. Week in and week out, Elijah shows up for practice ready to put the work in and raise the level of the entire team, whether as a starter or as a sub. He shows up ready to contribute no matter what. He accepts feedback as readily as he receives it. He accepts feedback as readily as he gives it. He challenges his fellow players to raise their games and always has a smile and a joke to contribute, even when things are feeling really tough in the room. His contribution to esports has been as consistent as it is valuable, and he's been a pleasure to work with him in his final semesters here at Landmark. I'm happy and proud to give Elijah the Coach's Award today. Thank you. Eeps, yeah. Eeps, as he's known in game. My next award is Most Improved Player. Now, esports is video games, and video games are a lot of fun. Getting better at them, though, requires a lot of work that frankly isn't always fun. Most of us enter esports by playing with our friends and even random teammates, where accountability is absent and improving is a choice. Joining a team then requires a real change of approach, as roles are more clearly defined and players have to stretch themselves to do what's best for the team, not just their individual performance. Across 2 semesters, I have watched as Valentina Proskauer Valerio put in that work. Whether slaying out in Overwatch or doing the dirty work in Valorant, she has been a constant uplifting presence with the esports teams, leading by example in professionalism, attitude, grit, and clips, as she put in extra practices and studied the games to raise her level and that of the team. Val's contributions and dedication have been exceptional. In game and out, she is always seeking to improve, and there are big things ahead of her because of it. Thank you, Val. It's an honor to present you with this year's Most Improved Player Award. We're going to have to do it when you receive the result. I know, it's very tricky. Great work. Congratulations. Good work, Val. Key, clutch, difference maker. This player is all of those things. Oh, I left my water over there. This player is all of those things and more. Whether in Rocket League or Valorant, he has been the best player in the game and has led his teams with excellence, IRL as well, showcasing how a student can be a leader and a stellar academic and athlete. Jaden Clark's contributions to esports have been monumental. He has taught me as much as his fellow players and leads with passion as well as skill. I'm not the only one to have bitterly fond memories of his laughter coming through my headset as he demolishes my car in a burst of smoke. Nor am I the only one to ask, how did you do that, when he pulls off something amazing in any of his chosen games. Time and time again, Jaden has been the person to bail his teams out of difficult situations, taking control with hard-earned skill and a sense of teamwork and responsibility that puts winning above everything. Skill alone doesn't give the whole picture, however. Jaden's value to the team is shown in his teaching, as he takes the time to talk strategy and mechanics with his teammates and his coaches. We rely on him to be that key player who makes a difference with clutch plays, and it's more often than not that he delivers. Pity his opponents and envy his allies. He has well earned the Most Valuable Player award. Good to you. Up next, we're going to have our Women's Basketball Awards presented by Josh Ascani.
All right. So I know you were expecting someone else to be up here for the women's team, and I'm sorry, girls, but Coach couldn't make it last minute. So he sent me a few things I can say about the season, and I was there for a lot of it. But let's have the women's basketball team go ahead and stand up. So let's start there. We recognize. All right. This team showed incredible tenacity and persevered through a lot of challenges as a team. You know, that's a team that came in with some players who knew the game and some players that were brand new. And so, you know, that's not totally a brand new concept for a lot of our sports here at Landmark College, but I think that team, it's felt a lot more because it's a smaller roster, you know. With soccer, you know, you might not feel that quite as much in the games. But when you've only got a travel team of 6 and you have to have 5 on the court, you really feel that. And so when we played teams that were above us, they showed up and they put a smile on and they said, you know, we're going to have fun and we're going to play and we're just going to see how it goes. And Coach did a great job with acknowledging their improvements, taking notes, and they took them to heart. I think this team did a great job improving this year, and I think that says a lot about their character. So there's a few things that Coach said I could also mention about the team. It said that a lot of that in the same vein, that there was a few new to basketball and that they were able to get through a lot of new information. They ran multiple offenses and offenses, and we'll be returning most of the team next year. So they set us up for a good season next year, and he's very proud of what they've accomplished. So he's really looking forward to next year. And so, let's see, I'm going to find Women's Basketball Awards. So I think Coach would do a better job speaking to each of these individually, but for the folks who are here and present, I think it's important to acknowledge them and what they've done. So for most improved player this year on the women's basketball team goes to Sopna Atkinson Tatro. All right? We're going to box, so. Oh, here, take the box. Okay. All right. And then Coach's Award, again, I think he would be able to speak more keenly to this, but I think of the Coach's Award, it's a little bit more vague than the most improved or most valuable, even though those can be kind of elaborated on in a lot of different ways to emphasize those. Coach's Award, I think, is really kind of about that attitude, showing up, you know, bringing a spirit, keeping the team together, you know, a lot of those leadership qualities that can be shown in softer and more subtle ways. And, you know, I think that is one of the things that this person brings to the table from my own personal experience. So I hope the coach would agree that Ashley Kalin gets this year's Coach's Award. Okay. All right. MVP, like I said, a little bit more clear cut, but I can say that this player and this individual showed up with a lot of energy, and I think going back to what I said about the season, in taking a lot of that critical feedback, learning the drills, taking on new offensive plays, and putting them into you know, execution. And I think that if you came to any of our games, you saw that. So this year's most valuable player goes to Charlotte Jones. So we've concluded the team awards. As each coach has up to 3 categories to choose from, so that's why you probably heard some of them elaborate a little bit more about what they're emphasizing. And we're going to move on to some of the larger annual awards. This year we have 3 annual awards, and then we also have 3 non-annual awards to give out this evening. And the annual awards are something that we give out every year. And I'd like to welcome up to the podium with me today Mark Thurman and Isaac Alum to help me hand out the Athlete of the Year award for this year's Athlete of the Year recipients. I don't know if Isaac wants to come up too, or. Okay, all right. Well, maybe I'll present from Kenny's side. So the women's coach also had one of his players nominated for Athlete of the Year, and this is an annual award. So this is something we take all of our athletes every year, and we look at a few individuals. We wonder, who do we want to highlight? Who brought everything to the table? And the Athlete of the Year is the award that we emphasize, talent on the court or the field or on the course. It's really about their athletic skills, but also, you're a student here. So here at Landmark College, we want you to do well academically. It's kind of that whole well-rounded piece, and it's the person that we think that should be brought up and raised up on a pedestal out of all the athletes. So reading from the description, it's exemplifies the highest level of talent, skill, and commitment in their sport. Also exemplify respect, integrity, teamwork, and leadership on and off the field or court. They must be enrolled in Landmark College for at least 1 academic year, and I think this person's cutting it close. Must be in strong academic standing and free of conduct issues. That's cutting it close on the year, not the conduct issues. But so this year's or one of the Athlete of the Year awards goes to Charlotte Jones. Yeah, go after it, guys.
Good job.
Here's the box here.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to get in the box.
And this is for your other one, and this one's for Sophie.
Okay.
All right, so is Isaac back? You want
Nah.
to wait? You want to stall a little bit?
I guess so.
This is your guy.
Yeah. I guess for the men's basketball athlete award athlete award, I would like the whole men's basketball team to come up. So everybody on the men's basketball team come up. So if you're on the team, just come up. So when I make this announcement, we all together.
Isaac's just following.
Yeah. Come up, come up. I'm staying right here,
I really just about all the athletes, right?
Yeah,
All,
stay
just
right
everybody
here.
in the room.
Yup.
Dang.
There's no I in team.
I like the tallest team too, the tallest one here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll leave that to you guys. You guys hand it off.
So this award goes to a player who approaches the game like an art form, brings his team together, rounds everybody up, and just continues attacking, right? And when I say attacking, I mean just giving it his all. And as a coach, kind of seeing our team come together and seeing this player lead everyone, there's nothing more important to see another player just really bring everyone together and continue playing with so much finesse. Now, basketball is a tough game because you have to minimize your mistakes and capitalize on each mistake that the other team makes. And this player he would just continue to give it his all every single game. And the last game of our season, we didn't get the outcome that we wanted, but I really saw everyone come together and really play as a team, and it was just great to see. And I can't wait for what we can do next season as well. But I think this player might have scored around close to 40 points that game. It was just an amazing performance, shooting from 3, mid-range, attacking the basket, hitting free throws, playing defense. I mean, I can't ask for any more, right? But in terms of his personality, I mean, he's a great person. And I just want the best for him, and I hope, you know, he can continue just giving it his all in other aspects of his life as well, and which is what he's already doing. So like I said, he approaches the game like it's an art form, and he deserves this award. And Tavon Wilson for Athlete of the Year award.
Yo, stand in the center.
Stay in the center, yeah.
You stand on that.
Thank you. Take the box. Take the box.
Our boxes too.
Yeah. You put it inside and then you put that.
Matt, Big J.
You hold it.
Oh, who's the next one? Athlete of the Year. Was it Scholar Athlete Award? Scholar Athlete Award. Shout out to Josh. It's coming up. Clap it up, clap it up.
I'm going to present the Scholar Athlete Award. This award is given annually to a student athlete who demonstrates exemplary academic performance while maintaining a high level of commitment in the athletic arena. Additionally, they must demonstrate a high level of commitment to academic attendance and academic support. This year's recipient truly embodies this award. They trained and competed at a high level in running, attended nearly every practice and event, and even won several races. They made the Dean's List each of their 4 semesters at Landmark while balancing athletics and other activities and responsibilities such as the Athletic Advisory Board. At the Spring 2023 graduation, they were awarded the Academic Dean's Award and the Undergraduate Research Award. It's my pleasure to award the 2023 Scholar Athlete Award to Claudia Sherman. Claudia is still not here, but we'll do that. Yep, I'll do it. And now to present the Jim Austin Integrity in Sports Award, Pat McKenna.
All right. So the Jim Austin Integrity in Sports Award is given to a student that has made a positive impact on Landmark college athletics through their integrity and commitment. This award honors the importance of fair play and teamwork in and out of the athletic arena. This award is not given annually. This year's recipient is Matthew Gibbs. Take a picture? Yeah. Next up, George Noble Dedication Award, Eric Goldberg Lynch.
The George Noble Dedication to the Team Award is awarded to a student athlete who has gone above and beyond in their passion for sports. They're a role model for their peers, but may not be an obvious leader. This individual displays quiet leadership in and out of the athletic arena with little pomp or circumstance. Now, I have the special privilege of giving out this award 2 years in a row, which is an absolute testament to the character of our esports athletes and a credit to the players who go above and beyond. This award goes to those students who are role models. And when I think about these things, when I think about someone who puts their head down, works behind the scenes to keep things moving the right way, this student comes quickly to mind. For 3 seasons now, I have worked with him as he learned to gel with the team, constantly sought self-improvement, and put in extra hours outside of practice to help his teammates improve. Tyson Loam has been the epitome of a quiet leader. I'm gonna talk some more, so be comfortable. I got more to say, it's okay. All right, I got a couple more things to say about Tyson here. I've lost track of the number of times that Tyson has asked for extra individual feedback, that he's offered up his time and energy to help other players fine-tune that elusive skill that's avoiding them. When watching film, or VOD as we call it in esports, he's quick to point out his own mistakes and offer feedback to his peers. Many are the times I saw him bite his tongue during a match to cover for his teammates when a rotation is off, and he's a chameleon on the field when we need to be flexible and get that next goal. Tyson's always early to practice, ready to warm up, and eager to put in the work needed to take the next step in the right direction. He's the type of player that programs are built on, and it has been a privilege to be his coach. I'm proud to award him the George Noble Award. I don't know how to turn it on. There we go, we got it on. Oh, here's a box. That works out. We'll forget. All right, y'all got to hear me speak for one more as I present the Sports Leadership Award. The Sports Leadership Award goes to an athlete who has gone above and beyond in their display of leadership abilities in and out of the athletic arena. He or she must demonstrate a high level of respect and integrity in all of their endeavors, and frankly, I'm not entirely sure where to start when it comes to this award recipient. Do I start with December of 2022 when I took over the esports position without a clue of knowing what I was doing and immediately leaned on his expertise? Do I start with him volunteering his time from across the country to not only be a broadcaster but also a teacher with our team? Or do I talk about the difference he's made since he arrived on campus? In the end, it doesn't really matter because Noah Jansen has done all of these things and more. As the Rocket League and Valorant team captain, he has shouldered more responsibility than any other student I've worked with, pulling VOD on our opponents, analyzing data from our matches, and reviewing film even before I do, taking the midnight shifts of our charity efforts in spite of malicious skunks, and serving as an RA and student leader all at the same time. He has truly shown himself to be exceptional. As all of his teammates know, Noah is a passionate player. He channels that passion into everything that he does. He constantly puts the team first, leading hard conversations and wake-up calls during timeouts and providing advice and perspective to myself and his peers. He's our in-game leader, our team captain, and more than a pseudo coach, and it's an honor to give him the Sports Award, Sports Leadership Award. Thank you, everybody, for your attention. Now, we're going to bring the ceremony to a close with some closing remarks from our Director of Athletics, Fitness, and Recreation, Josh Ascani.
Thanks, everyone. Just a few more thoughts before we call it a night. One more piece, separately from the closing remarks. I just wanted to give a shout out to Jaden, who was nominated for several awards and strongly considered for both Athlete of the Year and Scholar Athlete Awards. So I just want to give a round of applause for shout out to Jaden. Couple other things. I want any of the athletes to stand up. anyone who was on a team, so friends and family, you can stay seated, but anyone who was on a team this year, I want to stand up and just look around, all right? Okay. These are the folks that we're celebrating.